Coming up on Bulldog Sports, we're taking a look at the final two teams left in the NFL. We're breaking down how they punch their tickets to the big game. Also, we're taking a look at some of the big plays from the divisional weekend. And then later in the show, we dive in depth on what it's going to take for each team to pull out a win and bring home the Lombardi Trophy here on Bulldog Sports. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whenever. I'm just glad you guys are here because we have a great show for you today. We've got a lot of football talk, and after the incredible division weekend of football, it's finally time. The time that all the fans have been waiting for, the Super Bowl. So let's see how we got here. First up, Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Green Bay. Tom Brady lobs one up to Mike Evans, too easy, up 7 early. Tom Brady again, tie game now, early in the second quarter. Leonard Fournette trying to make anything out of something. He gets outside, little spin, whoopsies, and that's a touchdown. 14-7 early in the second.
What a run by Leonard Fournette. 40 seconds left.
Aaron Rodgers looking to answer. 14-10 now with 37 seconds in the half, and he's down. Sack, number 1. All right, Aaron Rodgers, 34 seconds now. 2nd and 18, looks downfield. And he's picked off by Sean Murphy bunting. That's Sean Murphy's bunting, 3rd interception of the postseason, 1 in each game. Brady, 4th and 3 with 12 seconds left, goes for the first down and gets it with a little dump pass to Leonard Fournette. All right, here comes the field goal unit. Nope, Tom Brady's taking a shot. 5, 4, launches one up. Scotty Miller to the end zone, wide open, touchdown to go into the half, 21-10 at halftime. Aaron Rodgers looking to start something here, coming out of the second half, feeling refreshed. And Aaron Jones fumbles for the 2nd time in this game. How unfortunate. That's going to set Bucs up pretty good right now. Let's see if they can take a commanding lead as Tom Brady is going to drop back, fake the handoff, and an easy, wide open touchdown to tight end Cameron Brate, his first of the postseason. And then Chris Godwin to seal it, slides down and punches Tampa Bay's ticket to Super Bowl 55 in their home stadium.
And Tom Brady are going to Super Bowl 55.
Everything that, really when Bia got here last year, there was a lot of great things that were happening and a lot of great young players. And, I just loved, made the decision and, love coming to work every day with this group of guys, and they worked really hard to get to this point. And it's a tough game. I've had a few tough games in a row, and the next one will be really tough too. But we know what we're playing for, and we got 2 weeks to prepare. It's going to be a great opponent, and be really exciting couple weeks for us.
Now for the primetime game. Buffalo Bills traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to try and knock off the defending champs in the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are trying to #run it back and travel to Tampa and take on 6-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady and the Bucs at home for Super Bowl 55. Let's see what happened. All right, here we go. Mahomes from the goal line, down 9 early, but McCole Hardman on the screen pass skates in. 9-7, Mahomes back inside his 10-yard line. Hands this one off to Damian Williams, who's going to fight for every yard, extend, touchdown. They just took their first lead of the game midway through the first half. This one's Clyde Edwards-Helaire from the goal line. He walks in. 24-15, 3 minutes left in the third. Mahomes underhands it to Travis Kelce. Don't know what kind of play it was, but I liked it. Touchdown, 31-15, 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Mahomes drops back, throws it up, and uncontested, Travis Kelce walks in for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Josh Allen looking to get any kind of life for the Bills. And he does. He finds his man. Touchdown for the Bills. All right, 4 minutes to go. Let's see if they can do something. Onside kick. These are never recovered. It's not going to work. It's up. And oh, no. The Bills do get it back. All right, let's see what happens. Actually, that's going to be the end of it. Patrick Mahomes is going to seal his ticket to the big game, take a knee, and he's going back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. Being able to go up against one of the greatest, if not the greatest, quarterback of all time in his 150th Super Bowl, I mean, it's going to be a great experience for me. I mean, to go out there and have a chance to repeat and get to do it against the best. I mean, it's something special, and I'm excited for the opportunity.
So there you have it. The reigning Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, will be taking his Chiefs and traveling to Raymond James Stadium for Super Bowl 55 to take on Tom Brady and the Bucs as they try to defend home field in the Super Bowl for the first time in NFL history. We'll be right back after this short break where we have a special Bulldogs Bowl predictions. We're going over what it's going to take to win the big game and who I think is going to come out on top. Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, you are here at a great time because it's time for Bulldogs Bold Predictions. And since there's only one game left, we're going to dissect the goods and the bads for each team. The Super Bowl will be preceded by almost none of the usual pregame hype to ensure compliance with COVID-19 protocols. The NFL is requiring that the Chiefs remain at their home facility until no earlier than 2 days before the game. The Buccaneers will already be at home, of course. That means there will be no media day, no daily swarming of team hotels, and no conventional parties or festivities. Regardless, this will be a supersized game featuring the quarterback who has won more Super Bowls than any other player in history, Brady, with 6, and his possible successor, Mahomes, seeking his second at age 25. Let's dive into the Chiefs first. Here's how the Chiefs can win. Simply put, the Chiefs are rolling. They beat the Cleveland Browns in the divisional round, even after Mahomes was put into concussion protocol. And on Sunday, they snapped the Bills' 8-game winning streak. Watching them go up and down the field in the Buffalo's defense and then largely stifle an MVP candidate in Bills quarterback Josh Allen, you know they have pulled it all together just at the right time. One of the defining characteristics of Chiefs under Mahomes is that they have never been out of a game, no matter how poorly they might start. So even if the Buccaneers open an early lead, the Chiefs will be just a few strikes from getting back in the game. But the key will be whether they can hold off the Buccaneers' defensive front. If they can give Mahomes enough time, he'll carve up their secondary and just keep adding on to the damage. For the Chiefs, getting an early lead against Brady is going to be vital. With the way Brady has been playing lately, I don't care how talented you are. You don't want to be playing from behind against Brady in the Super Bowl. Let me ask you a question. Do you trust the Chiefs secondary to stay with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, Scotty Miller, and perhaps now Antonio Brown? Brady's going to bring all that talent along with an offensive line that kept him mostly clean against the Packers to Raymond James Stadium. The Chiefs' only relevant loss during the regular season was by a score of 40-32, the highest scoring game against them this season. The other was a Week 17 game featuring some backup players, so we're not going to count that. The Buccaneers are one team that brings that kind of offense that could outscore them in a shootout.
What a great opportunity for Kansas City and for the organization to have the opportunity of going back to Tampa and playing the home team there, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in their stadium, which is the first time that's ever happened with a team. So, listen, we're honored to be there, and we've got work to get done before we have an opportunity to get down there.
Here's how the Bucs can win. The Buccaneers have scored at least 30 points in each of their past 6 games, averaging 35.7 over that span. If nothing else, that puts them in position to compete with the Chiefs if the game turns into a shootout. The Chiefs are averaging about 25 points per game over that span. It's reasonable to expect a good plan from the Chiefs offense from defensive coordinator Todd Bowles, who once worked with Chiefs coach Andy Reid while they were both with the Philadelphia Eagles. And while home field was not much of an advantage in 2020, it's always preferable to avoid travel whenever possible. The Buccaneers have 2 paths to victories. Number 1, they'll execute a heroic game plan from Bowles and slow down Mahomes in a way almost no other opponent has been able to do in the past 3 seasons. Number 2, they'll win a shootout of massive proportions. We're talking about a 50-45 type of game. They can do it. And more importantly, the Chiefs' defense is capable of allowing it. With all this information, my bold prediction is a 50-45 win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. However, this doesn't come without concern. Brady threw 3 interceptions against the Packers and a total of 12 in the regular season, the most for him in a season since 2011. Obviously, the Buccaneers overcame those mistakes on Sunday, but giving the Chiefs extra possessions doesn't seem like a good idea. As wild as it sounds, the Buccaneers will need Brady to, tighten it up for the Super Bowl. In order for my prediction to stand true, Brady is going to have to play flawless football and make sure he spreads the ball around and gets a lot of guys involved early. And I think they should be able to ride out on top.
Oh, I couldn't be happier for our players. They put in so much work, and our coaching staff has done such a great job. Ownership gave us everything we needed, and I just couldn't be any more elated for these guys. The job they put in. We had both backup safeties in there, just playing their asses off, and it was a great team win.
We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we have some more NFL news, where we will hear from two of the newest head coaches in the league. So stay tuned here on Bulldog Sports. Welcome back to the show, where we are shifting gears from the Super Bowl to the offseason, where the Chargers have a new head coach. The new Los Angeles Chargers coach, Brandon Staley, made sure he didn't take too long to introduce himself to quarterback Justin Herbert. But priorities are priorities. So the 38-year-old Staley said he FaceTimed with Herbert on the way to the Costa Mesa facility Thursday for the introductory news conference. Staley was the coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams' top-ranked defense last year, and while he wouldn't go into specifics as to what he's looking for in an offensive coordinator or an offensive scheme, the former Dayton Flyers college quarterback has an understanding of what it takes on both sides of the ball. Staley did say he would be making the defensive calls and hopes to have a full staff in place in the weeks to come. Chargers general manager Tom Telesco was asked why he hired a guy with so little NFL coaching experience, including zero on the offensive side. There are different ways to do this, said Telesco, also adding that Staley's brain is very sharp. Regardless of his experience, Staley is very excited for the opportunity.
It was a dream come true because, for a lot of people, I compare it to when a player walks across that stage and he gets drafted. And you see the emotion when a player goes across the draft stage. Like, we've all seen it, right? And the emotion and what that's like. And I think all of us that watch the NFL draft, the reason why people love the NFL draft is because dreams are coming true right before your eyes, And I think that when I was offered this opportunity to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, that was my draft day. That was my dream coming true, because this is all I've ever wanted to do since I was a little kid. I started drinking coffee in the first grade and reading the sports pages because I wanted to be here doing this job. And for me, it's just, you flash back to all those moments, all those years, of investing to trying to be able to get there. So it's just like a flashback, and it was such a happy moment.
You know what? I kind of like this Staley character. You can tell he's pretty intelligent and very well spoken, which leads us into our next rookie head coach, Dan Campbell. The new Detroit Lions coach, Dan Campbell, received a 6-year contract from the team. Campbell, formerly the New Orleans Saints assistant head coach and tight ends coach, replaces Matt Patricia, who was fired in November after less than just 3 seasons with the Lions and a 13-29-1 record. The Lions announced Campbell's hiring on Wednesday, but did not disclose terms. The team introduced him with a news conference on Thursday.
Bad, because I felt like I knew this community. I played here. All right. Here's what I know. Just as an overall philosophy, you're going to say, well, what's this team going to be? What's it not going to be? Here's what I know. All right. I know that Detroit's made up of great people, some really good people. All right. This community is strong. This place has been kicked, it's been battered, it's been bruised, and I can sit up here and give you coach speak all day long. I can give you, hey, we're going to win this many games. I can't. None of that matters, and you guys don't want to hear it anyway. You've had enough of that shit. So excuse my language. All right. Here's what I do know is that this team is going to take on the identity of this city. All right. And this city's been down, and it found a way to get up. All right. It's found a way to overcome adversity. All right. And so this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth. All right. And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. All right. And we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap and we're going to get up. And then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
Wow. I mean, I love that guy. That is a guy who brings passion back to the game of football. I mean, you can tell he's there to do one thing and one thing only, and that's win football games. I bet the players are going to love him too. and I truly hope he does find success because we need guys like him to stick around for a while. The NFL Pro Bowl will be played out in the EA Sports Madden NFL 21 video game after the real-life version of football's All-Star Game was canceled. The NFL opened a month-long fan voting Tuesday for the first virtual Pro Bowl, which could feature players whose team makes the Super Bowl because they won't have to attend and play in real life. Pro Bowl week will feature Madden matchups between current players, former players, celebrities, and Madden streamers using the Pro Bowl teams. Pro Bowl players will play in a Madden Pro Bowl game as well. The Madden 21 game itself will also have a virtual Pro Bowl experience. EA Sports brought the Pro Bowl back to the video game series as a playable option in recent years. Sounds like a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, this has been an incredibly fun show as we wrapped up the NFL season. I can't wait to see who brings home the hardware this year. But until then, I'm Ryan Bowler, a.k.a. The Bulldog, signing off for Bulldog Sports.